Aznew Fuel Injectors has been specialising in petrol and diesel fuel injectors for over 30 years. Our injectors and spare parts are sold throughout Repco, Burson's and independent spare parts stores around the country. We're proud to announce a breakthrough new product for diesel injectors, and it detects water in diesel. It's guaranteed to save you thousands of dollars. One of the big problems with the new common rail diesel systems is inside the fuel rail it's operating at 3000 psi static pressure. What happens is, as it's sitting there on the motor, it soaks in heat from the motor, the fuel cools the injector down, and then the fuel is returned to the tank. Effectively, you've got warm fuel going back to the tank and 85% of it circulating every hour. That can cause condensation in the tank. With older diesel vehicles, you'll see the fuel doesn't return to the tank, so fuel will go straight through. So you wouldn't have the circulating fuel and you don't get the condensation problem. Now it only takes the smallest amount of water in your system to start to oxidise the metal inside the fuel rail, which causes rust. That'll completely ruin every component in your fuel system. So if you have a look at this one's had a little bit of water run through it, and you can see there's quite a bit of rust already forming on the inside of the rail there. And when you take the end of the rail off, you can see that there are a lot of metal filings and metal shavings in there. To replace everything in your fuel system, including your pump, your fuel lines, your fuel injectors, you'd be looking upwards of $10,000. Common myth is that by adding an extra filter to your system or adding a water separator to your system, it's going to help you stop the water get through. But water is a liquid just like diesel is, so it's just going to pass straight through any filter. And with a water separator, because you've got such a high flow of fuel running through your system, unless you're checking it all the time, you're not going to catch water. And it's very hard to see in those bowls anyway, because it only takes a really small amount of water to cause huge amounts of damage. There are fuel conditioners on the market which say that they disperse the water, but all that really does is break down the water into smaller particles, making it easier for the water to travel through and cause damage through your system. As a solution, the Aznew Diesel H20 alarm picks up the smallest amount of water inside your diesel system. It fits in between the fuel tank and the fuel filter, so it picks up the smallest amount of water before it actually gets into your system, and you can stop it from causing serious damage. The flow is non-restrictive, so fuel will flow through as it's supposed to, and you won't lose any power. The Aznew Diesel H20 alarm has got a very sensitive water sensor in the bottom there, so as soon as there's water in the bowl, it detects it straight away. When you turn it on, an alarm will sound, and this will tell you that the system is armed and it's working correctly, which means you're safe to drive. So when it sits in diesel, it obviously doesn't go off, and when there's water there, it's an audio and it's a visual alarm that you'll hear inside the cabin, so you know that there's water straight away. This is diesel, so when water becomes present, the alarm goes off. As you can see, it's a really sensitive water detector. It's made from really high quality parts. It was designed in Australia, it's engineered in Australia, it's assembled and tested in Australia, and we give it a lifetime warranty. This can save you thousands of dollars. If you'd like to know anything else about the Aznew Diesel H20 alarm, there's more information on our website, or you can speak to one of our hundreds of distributors.